Now, so many of you have been sending us videos and pictures showing this. Dozens of cars filing one after the other, packing gas stations all over North Texas. This one here at Beltline and 75 in Richardson. A lot of you are worried that we're about to run out of gas, and it's a situation fueled by the devastation Harvey brought to the coast. So we heard you, and now we want to give you some answers. And joining me this afternoon is Evan Hooper. He covers logistics and manufacturing for the Dallas Business Journal. So, Evan, I'm going to ask you just straight up, are we actually dealing with a shortage here?
It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you have these companies that are saying, like Quick Trip, the convenience store that operates here a lot in DFW, saying they're shutting down about half of their locations, so about half can remain full of gas. And people are taking that to mean like there's a complete shortage and you have to get it while you still can. There's going to be gas in DFW.
So we do have fuel in the area.
Correct, yes.
So then why is it that we're seeing so many lines? I mean, what's causing stations to actually have to shut down and run out? About
between 20% and a third of the nation's refinery capacity comes out of the Houston area.
Okay.
So when the crude oil comes out of the ground, it goes into these refineries, and that makes it, compatible for our cars to utilize. So about 20% to a third is down right now because it's either underwater or it's severely damaged. So it's limiting the capacity of the refineries across the nation by about 20% or a third, and Dallas is obviously very close to Houston, so we are feeling that wave first.
So, but we do know that we have reserves, right? And I'm wondering how that's going to help make sure that we don't run into a situation where there actually is a shortage.
Sure, absolutely. Even though there is, like I said, between 20% and a third, the rest of the nation still can produce fuel for our cars. And we had a lot of fuel storage in the meantime when Harvey hit, but because of this kind of panic that's kind of flooding the area right now, those are kind of running dry. So that's why I said it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So it sounds like the gas stations are getting their regular daily amount, but it's just because everyone's so worried, they're panicking, they're getting more gas than they actually need, which is causing all the crazy backups that we're seeing.
You're absolutely right. I talked to a manager of a gas station who gets about between 2 and 3 shipments of gasoline a week, and he got one this morning, and as of 2 p.m. he was almost out.
Wow.
So 2 to 3 a week, he got one, and it's not a day, and it's already almost out.
So what do you say to folks who at this point maybe have a full tank, 3/4 of a tank, maybe even half a tank? What do they actually need to do as far as getting gas?
I've got about 1/8 of a tank right now, and I'm not really sweating that bad. I'll wait a couple days for this kind of craziness to settle down a little bit, but if you have 3/4 of a tank, if you have a full tank and you want to fill more, gas tank, exactly, that's not necessary right now.
It's not necessary to do.
Dallas-Fort Worth has gas. There's going to be less of it until the refineries come back online, but we have gas.
And when can we expect that to happen? Do we have any idea?
We really don't. We need to hear from the operators of the pipelines and the refineries, and a lot of them are still underwater, so they can't even assess the damage that has already occurred.
Okay. All right. Well, Evan, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and giving us some insight on this. Again, folks, the bottom line, there is no shortage, so if you have half a tank, you're good to go. Just hang tight. Thanks again, Evan.